Rooms down there when you walk around and see it. The coal was laid down. This coal is like, you know what coal is? Dead trees, right? You get trees, you get dead trees, you get peat, you get brown coal, then you get black coal, and there's two grades of that, and then you get three grades of that. You get steaming coal to make electricity, you get industrial coal to smelt iron ore, and then anthracite, which is the best of it. The coal is about 100 million years old to 122 million. It's laid down in two layers. There's one, this layer here, but you can see where it's dark. They've mined another one that's more than 100 foot further down. So there was two Carboniferous ages here. But it's broken up like that because here, sometime after it was laid down, there was a Silurian sandstone upthrust through the seams, right? And that threw it up. And then the coal eroded off the top of that and left that, so that there's no coal under the town. So when they came here, they knew where to put the town, right? There's no coal. But what it did, when it did it, it shattered the seams. So the seams they're deep here, and then they're shallow here, right? Because they've been thrown up. But it broke the seam up as well. It made it difficult to mine. We're only here because there was a problem with the supply of coal out of New South Wales. We've got most of our coal out of New South Wales, and there was a series of strikes which led to the Victorian Railways not having any coal for their steam engine locomotives, right? And so they knew the coal was here, so they started a state-owned mine, and they owned the mine right through till the end of it, which it ran for 50 years. They probably thought it would only run for 20 years, but it ran for 50 years. And it, not only did it basically mine most of it out, the railways were going to diesel locomotives then anyways, right? And, by the 60s we had gas coming in from Bass Strait, right? We were starting to run things on gas, because it ran the power station, ran the mine, and it ran the power station here. We had a power station here, so all the mines here were run electrically out of a central power station, instead of having a separate steam engine powering each separate mine, which is what normally happens, right? That's what normally happens, is a separate power plant on each thing, so we only have one smoking stack here, right? So we had a power station for Melbourne, it still runs. If you go over Westgate Bridge, you see a big stack there that runs the power station there, but that runs on gas there. Right? And this is what... This is what this mine looked like. Because the seams were broken up, like in two separate beds to the east and the west of the town, they basically had to mine it through a series of separate pit heads. Right. So this is one of 7 screens. That's a screening plant. Yeah, this mine runs off tunnels, whereas most of the other ones ran off shafts. Right? They sank 24 numbered shafts here. Every time you run a shaft into a mine, you have to run a second one. So you've got the air goes down and goes around the mine and is sucked up. This one, all the coal went down this double track. All the men and the ponies went down the back heading. This is the main heading, that's the back heading, right? And so you can see the snorkel there, that's a fan, that sucked the air up. So the air gets sucked in here, goes round the workings and then comes up here. That's when they started. But they kept going, so they went for 2 miles that way, northeastward, right? Went for 2 miles, and then they had to do several air shafts. And then it got so far that it was too far for the ponies and the men to get to work. So they put another set of pocket legs, and they took the ponies and the men up and down 2 miles away. But all the coal came up here. Now the coal gets brought up, and it gets put over those, and it gets tipped onto those, and they pull the rubbish out. Take the rubbish stone out of it, and then it goes over, and it comes over a set of screens, where it's screened for size. Various people, the steam engines use quite big lumps, and the mine used smaller lumps. The powerhouse, they use smaller lumps, and the powerhouses can use smaller again. So it comes over and it gets put through a set of screens for size, stored in hoppers, and then it's dumped into these wagons, right? And they're all marked for what size of coal is in them, right? So then those wagons were taken back to the centre of the town to another siding, and they were weighed and they were equalised to 40 tonnes per wagon, 40 tonnes. So, and they knew exactly how much coal was going out of the town, right? So, and then they took it to Melbourne. There was, at one stage there was, I think 5 trains in the morning and 4 trains in the afternoon, but most of the time there was 2 trains in the morning and 1 train in the afternoon, up to Melbourne, to take the coal up to Melbourne, yeah. So, they used the ponies. The ponies had to come up there, the stables are in the wrong position now when you go out. They're way over the back. The ponies just walked up and ran round and got hosed and got put away. They didn't go blind. They only worked an 8-hour shift per day, the same as the men. Right, and then over there furthest nearest you is the men's change rooms where they had showers. So they always washed here. They had 2 sets. They used to leave their work clothes here and wash them in the showers, and then leave them to dry and put their normal clothes on and go home. Right?